Now you may not have noticed, but Ciga Design recently launched a new watch, and I've borrowed one. Because, well, this is probably about as close to Mount Everest as I'm ever going to get. I'm not really the climbing type, sadly. But in the pursuit of inspiration, Ciga Design did send some designers to Mount Everest because they wanted to commemorate the incredible achievement made roughly 70 years ago of the first summit of Mount Everest. And of course, what better way to commemorate an incredible achievement like that than to make an incredible watch with a tourbillon movement? And well, is that what they have done? Well, they've definitely used a tourbillon movement, but have they produced an incredible watch? Well, they want $4,000 for this watch, partly because, well, it houses a tourbillon movement, and partly because it's got a piece of Mount Everest in it, but also because, well, that's what Ciga Design does these days. They are producing much more original and unusual and interesting watches, aren't they? Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. They certainly made a splash a little while ago with the launch of their Blue Planet. I don't think this one is going to make the same sort of splash. I don't think they're likely to win any awards for this one, but I think the Blue Planet has opened a door for them, a door which then allows them to go on and produce some really quite unique and interesting and unusual, and I guess to some degree expensive watches. And yeah, $4,000, this is an expensive watch. I mean, just imagine what you can buy, well, for $4,000. There are a lot of watches out there that are within your reach when you're looking to spend that sort of money, and I'm not sure how many people out there would be putting this watch at the top of their list because, well, as I showed in a recent video, there are some incredible tourbillon watches out there for, well, actually less money than this one. So if you are looking to pick up a rather interesting and unusual and sort of affordable tourbillon watch, I'm not so sure this is necessarily going to be at the top of people's list, but there is no denying yeah, they're pushing the envelope, aren't they? And this watch really is all about commemorating that incredible achievement roughly 70 years ago, the first ever summit of Mount Everest. It's everywhere. Yeah, that's basically what this watch is all about. And of course, it's about that tourbillon movement as well, a central tourbillon complication surrounded by a piece of rock and, yeah, a couple of ice picks for your hands. Now, there is some lume on this watch. Not sure why they bothered. It's, well, very, very small tips, well, triangles, I should say, on those ice picks, and the logo, the design at the 12 o'clock is loomed. But apart from that, the dial is completely bare, so yes, not going to be the easiest watch to read. And I think that is a common theme now with Ciga Design watches. They're producing, to some degree, pieces of wearable art, which, if you've got a little bit of patience, you can use to tell the time. But yeah, I'm not so sure this is one I would ever look to wear. I mean, obviously I've got to send this one back as soon as I have produced this video, but if it was to remain in my collection, I'm not sure if and when I'd ever wear it, to be honest. One thing they've done though, which I really, really like, is they have connected the strap to the case in a really quite cool way. You've got these little tabs underneath that you just sort of pull back, they're spring loaded, and then there is a metal part to the end of the strap which sort of slots into the case. It locks in place. It's really cool, actually. You don't need a tool then to, well, I was going to say swap out the strap. I don't have another strap, but then you would need a very specialist strap, you know, one with one of these special spring-loaded elements or end links on it. But yeah, I think that's actually a pretty cool feature. Butterfly clasp, sapphire crystal, as you would expect, decent specifications. This is their own tourbillon movement according to their website. 21,600 beats per hour, hacks, hand winds, 120 hours of power reserve. That's pretty cool. The case is actually made of titanium. It feels quite heavy, I suspect, because there's a rock in it. But yeah, it's actually a titanium case The finishing is okay. The movement accuracy is, well, it's okay. It's a tourbillon. I don't think they perform like your sort of standard mechanical watches. I put this one on the time grapher actually for quite a few minutes, and it was a bit sort of up and down. I suspect over a period of a day or so, it's going to be accurate enough. But yeah, when it's performing like this on a time grapher, it's difficult to say, isn't it? Display case back, yeah, tourbillon's pretty cool to look at, but I just don't see this one selling $4,000 US. I mean, the Blue Planet was, well, not cheap. But this one, yes, it houses a tourbillon movement, but it's $4,000. I mean, oi, oi, oi. You have to take your hat off to them, though. They are pushing boundaries, aren't they? They are certainly testing what people are prepared to pay for Chinese watches. I mean, you can get some incredible watches for $4,000 US. It's a very, very tough market. You've got to make something exceptional in order to compete in that market, and it's unusual. I'm just not sure it's exceptional. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys are going to let me know what you think. I'm curious to know. Add your comments in the comments section. Yeah, I'm going to box this one back up and, yes, send it back, guys. Let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.